to this. Trading above this.
Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US stocks for Wednesday the 3rd of June, and on Wednesday we cover Microsoft, AMD and Tesla, but today we're also going to have a look at Home Depot as well. And with Microsoft here, we've done all the right things in terms of counting to the upside here in 5 waves through here, but I can see that this is corrective in here, so we're going to change our count here and we're going to be looking higher here, which makes sense in relationship to some other stocks that we've been looking at as well. So it's a step-by-step process, but what we've figured out here is that we can look to be long here. It's still possible. I should just really leave this here for the time being, because in a nutshell, we would have to take this high out here to confirm that that we'd be going up into that space up there. So I'll just leave that there for the time being. I'll just move that out of the way there. So just as long as you know that, because we counted 5 waves up here, and it looks like this is a corrective pattern, so we'll be going higher here. In fact, we'll be looking at a long trade today for this. So on the 4-hour chart here, this is how I'm looking at it now in terms from the low here, in terms of 1 and 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Oops, sorry, 1 and 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the 3rd wave, 4th wave and 5th wave here. And looking at this is 4th, and then popping up from this way, this here. So we're going long here, and our target is the 200 area here. So we can also just keep a very tight stop on this now as well, so we'll just put that into play here.
And 2 here, and this is all part of a 3rd wave moving up here.
Don't risk more than 1% per trade
at that point.
Here, so I'm just going to leave it under the level. It's quite a way, so under the 180 there, just in case we get a bounce back on that. But we've got a nice clean breach of these highs here now, so we can look to go long there now.
That one that I just talked about will take us higher towards.
It's all good, and I'll just save that, and then we'll look at our next stock, which is AMD
for this wave 2 at that point. So
advanced micro devices. So with this one here, we were looking at a triangle here from last week. If we just go back to the daily, should start on the daily charts all the time. Make a habit of that.
Probably
just a bit cleaner and easier to see. So yeah, we're just looking at not quite across a bit
which one we're working with.
So we've got wave 1 and 2 here, nice 3rd wave here, and then we're looking at, as you remember, we're looking at a triangle pattern here, and we do have 3 waves down in this point here, so that's very helpful. But we're looking for an A, a B, a C, a D and an E wave, and then up from that point there. So let's go in and have a look on the 4-hour chart again now. So let's just get this into perspective here. So just focusing in on the triangle for a moment.
Welcome to
Trading Lounge. The good thing about here is you can see that we've got 3 waves here, so that means that it's corrective. So that means that we'll be taking out these tops here. So that means that the the Nasdaq and a lot of the other stocks are really still quite bullish in a way. So this is we still have further to go up. Now I've got this here as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. And if the C wave here, if this had had 5 waves in it, then I wouldn't have to worry too much about the D and the C here for this, for wave 4. But because it's got 3 waves in it, we need to look at this being an A and a B and a C wave here for the D wave, and then back for the E wave, and then up from that point. So on the hourly chart here, we can look at it a bit like this here. So just bringing, well, this is just a version of it. I need to chat about this a bit further.
It's moved even higher. So basically,
the main point here is we've got A, B, and C here for the A wave. So we know that this is a bullish correction. We know that this top will be taken out here. From wave A to wave B here, we can look at it as an A and a B and a C wave for the B wave, and here I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave, the B wave, and 5 waves down for the C wave. So we've got this as a corrective pattern. So the thing is here, it's possible, just shooting the breeze here, it's possible to have this as the A, the B, and the C here for the D wave, and then 3 waves here for the E wave here, and we go straight up from that point. Now, I just want to talk about this a little bit because, first of all, we're looking, all the retracements have been really quite high, but the general gist of it is that we take the high and the low here, and we can see that the 61.8% is here, so that's where the D wave should pull back to technically. And then from that point there, the E wave should pull down 61.8% of the D wave here. So I'm thinking that we've either got this situation, copy that, we either got the D wave that's not finished, and then the E wave, and then we go up, or we could just go up from this point. So what I've been doing is, as you know, we've got this trigger, we had it up here, we're bringing it down to these lows here, so we want to bring it down to the high here. So we're looking for a classic trading levels pattern to sit on this level there. We know that we spoke last time about this, the balance line within this correction here is 54. That's the balance line. It's halfway between the top and the bottom here in this case, and it's working quite well as that balance point, and it's coming into more. So what I mean by that is that we can use that as support, as a tested support. So if we look at this pattern here again, so this is kind of what we're expecting here. This is 54 going across here. We'll see the arrival, a reaction, the first high above the level. This is the one we want, and then we'll see the market come back and retest the demand, and then we can start buying these new highs here. So just to bring this out of the way here now for a moment, this first high above the level, that's what we're waiting for here now. Now we may be able to get a better entry than that at some point. Now we just have to wait for that to play out, of course, but then we can bring it down to this level. We may be able to get in over here somewhere for that. And we need to gather information and gather evidence and keep. So I don't know, just to recap, I don't know how this is actually going to play out here. I don't know if this is all just part of D wave here coming into play. It's already reached at 61.8% retracement level here, but I can see that wave B here has moved up higher, past the 61.8% as well, and this one here has moved below the 61.8%. So the 61.8% is not really helpful at this point, right? So we will just go and look at this 54 here as the balance line, and we want tested support on that. So that means that we, one way or another, we have to wait and see. Like this move here, this could move up through here somewhere, hit these supply over here, and then come back here for that. Right? And we might get a second high in here. So they're the highs that we want. We want that high here. We want that to, once that pulls back and we've got clear high here, we can go along from that point. That's what we're looking for.
But we also need to look at it like this as well.
Okay, I'm just going to bring this back over here and then close that out there. And I just want to save that. And then we're going to have a look at Tesla.
We'll move in a bit further here. So one way to look at this move to the upside here with wave 3 here, don't need to go all the way back, but 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. One way to look at this is up for 1 here and back.
I mean, it's fantastic that
and then up for 3 here and back for 4 here, and count
that Elon and SpaceX and NASA have all worked together and
being conservative. And I think it's the right
making things happen in outer space.
But we'll also
It's
look
fantastic.
at
I mean, nothing's really happened after Nixon
thing
got in
here,
and
though,
basically,
which
you
is
know, the guys on the moon,
is that
Armstrong and
if
that,
I
and
can just,
Nixon basically
do this
just closed it all
quickly
down, and it's
here,
never really
just
gotten back
roughly,
off again.
and
So all this
this will
private
be- if we
enterprise
take this high
now
here
being
and this
NASA
low
opening their doors
here,
to work with people, it's just
and then we
fantastic.
take
So
that there, copy that, or
congrats
move
on that.
rather, and put it just
Okay,
there.
so
Then we can see here
I've
that wave
rearranged
3
the structure
here
a little bit here,
is
and we're
short
looking at it now
compared
as
to
wave 1
1.
here and 2 here,
So
and
that's
1 and 2
okay
and
with-
3 and 4 and
with
5
Elliott,
the
but that
third
means
wave,
that wave
fourth wave
5
here,
has got to
and
be
from 4
less
up to
than
5 here
wave
we're looking
3
at 1
here.
and
So
2
wave
and 3 and 4 and
roughly
5.
is one of the Fibonacci
So,
numbers, 78.6%.
just drilling in here
Obviously
to the
here,
4-hour
not
chart
quite, but
here.
close enough. But the
Now,
takeaway
when we spoke
here
last
is that
time,
this
we were looking
this wave, if this is going to
at
be
a
the case,
slightly
this
different
wave
count,
5 here that I've got
but at
here
the same
sitting right here,
time,
it would have to
we were
be
going to go long
less
above these
than
highs here
this wave
based on
3
this
here.
support. It's
So
the same
that would
concept
leave
that I
us
always
somewhere
use, and
below
people
the
that know me
3150
just
area,
know how I do
just
things.
in
So
here.
we'd use this
Okay.
high, this high,
So,
and then bring it down to this
we
high
can take that on
based
board,
on
and we
this
can
level here.
basically look
So,
for
but I did
start
have this
counting
in
5
here last
waves
time we
into
spoke, so
this
you
space,
should be long,
here, and see how we
and
go
this is what
from
it
that
looks like
point.
now. So
You know, we may
we've got
come
support
down,
on
or we may pull
800,
back up, and if that's
so
the case,
number
we'll
8,
go long
and
here
now the
on that-
market will be
on
looking
that
at
basis.
number 1 here, the
So we just got to
1000.
work through
We
this
will
step
have
by
the
step.
900 here, and
The
900 is also a medium level. It's halfway between two major levels. So we're going to see the market play out in terms of
and then one here, and 2 here, then one
support
here,
and resistance
I did
here.
have
So you can see that we've just
2
arrived
sitting-
here.
well, had it sitting
So
just in
that's
here,
the
but,
arrival,
we do have a
and
nice
we've just been
ABC
talking about
pattern
that,
through
which
here.
is here. So we've just
So,
arrived at the level, and we're going to see a reaction, which we're seeing
yeah,
now.
so
then we're going
we
to see the
can look
first
at
high
this-
above the level, and then we're going to see this
recapping this a little
correction,
bit.
and then
We
we're
can
going to
look
go
at
up
that
from
as
that
wave
point.
2 there, or
There
we
is a
can look at it as
variation
wave
on this
4.
one where we don't come back below the level here,
And I
but
think
it
it's
shouldn't
okay. I
affect
mean,
us at all, because
you
we'll be
know,
going long
a lot
above
of
that
the time
high,
when we
and we'll
have
be
2
going
counts
long
on
above that
something, they're
high,
in
and
the
that
opposite
pattern looks
directions of
like
each
this
other.
here,
But at least
where
these
it
2
doesn't come
counts are
below
in
the
the
level,
same direction,
but we
which
use
makes
this
life
high as
a
our
little
first
bit
reference
easier.
point, then we come down to our second high
One of the
here,
things
and we keep
we
the stop
noted,
under the level,
I was gonna
and
bring
we really want
the,
to try and
the
build
Nazi
into the
across
trend here
here,
within, you
because
know,
one of the
2 or
things we
3
noted before, we've
2 or
been
3
counting
entries
1, 2,
in the
3, 4,
beginning of the
and 1, 2,
trend
3, 4, 5.
based
I was
on that
always
support.
curious about this. I wasn't that happy about
So that's
this
what we're
overlapping
looking
here,
at
but I gave it a bit
in
of
this
space
particular
because we're
space
working
here.
with
So
9,000, a large number here, and I
yeah,
wanted to get
so
overlapping
1
wave
and
structures,
2
but
here,
now we can
and
resolve
then all the
this,
way up for
here,
3
because
here.
when
So
we
this
were
would
looking at
be
this the other
wave
day,
1
we
and
could
2 in
count our
here,
5 waves up here,
and then we've got
for the
5 waves
top
in the
here,
third
so to
wave, which would be
speak.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the third wave in here.
And then we
And then
had
this 1
first
and
move
2
down,
and
this
3
move
and
down here
4
5
and
waves,
5
and thought,
here.
oh,
That's how
okay,
that
well,
plays out.
we've made a
And then we'll
start
have
here,
this
and then we
move
move
here.
back,
So
and we look to
we'll be
short
looking
through
a little
here,
bit higher
and
for
the
that.
market
So
moves
still
down,
very positive
and then the market,
on this
moved
market
back up,
here
and we
for
always
this.
knew that if the market moved
And
back
we're
up
going
against
to
this
have a
high
look
here,
at
moved through that, then
Home
the market's going to be
HD,
bullish from that point. So that was on
Home
the note
Depot.
of that.
Now,
That's
I've
why
only
we got
just
our
had a
count
chance to look at
for
this market.
the S&P gathering that evidence.
So I need to do a little bit of work on it here.
The Nazi is leading the markets higher.
We're also at a medium level here, so just what I talked about then about having support on the level and how it works, we're looking here for the first high above the level here, right? So we're looking for the first high above the level, and then we're looking for a bit of a correction, and then we'll look for a long trade from that particular point there. I've probably overdone that a little bit, so I can see this is a pretty tight trend here, so we've got to kind of work with that a little bit. It'll be something like this here. So we'll be looking to go, you can go through there, you can go through there, but that's what we'll be looking to do at that point. So it's still got, even though it's bullish, we've still got a while for it to set up here on the long side for that.
So this is a beautiful setup here.
At least you know what you're looking for. That's something.
There will be profit.
You can buy back here, you can buy pullback as well. Just use stochastics is really good for that sort of stuff. It's a bit more, a bit sharper. It works with Elliott very well. And anyway, the count up here so far, I need to, I've been going over with the tick chart, but as it stands, wave 1 here and 2 here, 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, so it's still coming up to the third wave here. I may adjust this count, it's just the first time I've looked at it, and done it reasonably quickly here, so just go back over it.
I'm going to look at this
here a little bit.
chart, but I'll have this
so from the low here, I've been through all this here, and I'm comfortable with wave 1 and 2 in here. I've sort of looked at all of this in terms of this particular structure here. So I'm looking at this here as wave 1 here and 2 here, by the by, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So from this one to this one would be wave 1 here and 2 here, and all of this wave 3 here, 4 here, and 5 here. So that would take us to that top there. So that's how that plays out. And
then 5 waves down through
yeah, just got to do a little bit more work on these. But I'll look at this as 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 to here, and 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here. So I still and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I mean, I've pulled them apart. I've looked at them at that degree there, but still, sometimes you get lost in the little channel of your mind that you're looking at these things in, and you need to look at them 2 or 3 times. But anyway, one of the main points here is that this market does not have support on the 250. It's trading above it, and it's got a bit of a support there, and it could just keep pushing higher. So from here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, look, it's going to push a little bit high, and it's still got this one to play out here as well. If you're going to go long here, then that would be the place to do it. So you can do that. The stop would need to be under here, and from this point we've got 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're still going to see, I can't draw on this side of the price, but this one hasn't played out yet here. So this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that one, and then that one. So we'll probably end up at 255, 256 before we see that drop back into that space. So you could trade it long if you wanted to for a little while there, but in the bigger picture, we're looking for a nice solid support on that level there.
So it's a little bit of
but as mentioned, yeah, if you're going long, you just need to keep the stop under this point here for the time being, and look for, just use the levels going to the upside there. So from 50 here, which is the medium level here, then you would have the levels going up here. So
here and A wave here,
up to 5 here, you just have 1, 2, 3, and 5, and then you go up to number 8 at that point there. So they're the levels. So support on top of group 1 here would take you up to the 5. The classic trading levels pattern, support on 50 would take you up to the next level, which would be the 8 there. It's just the Fibonacci numbers as a price ratio. So it works a treat. It works in different ways. I mean, we know that 61.8% is how the market unfolds through time and space, and we see the corrections and each leg of a wave have some sort of relationship and correlation with other waves and so on. But when we use the price here on the side as Fibonacci numbers as well, in the bigger picture, that works extremely well. But also on a trading level as well, where the behavior is, the volume is, well, then that's where the support and the resistance comes into play, and people think in certain numbers. So each number to me has a strength over the other one. So 1 is the strongest, 5 is the next one, then 8, 3 and 8 are very close to each other. So there's a bit of a matrix for it all, but all you need to really understand when you're starting to learn about these, and I mean, the idea with the trading levels is to bring people's attention to the price much more, and that's what I hope to do with the levels. Rightio. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.